Hey, good morning, friends. Good morning. Is it not on? Richard, am I on? Yes, I'm on. Thank you. Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Fort Collins, everybody. We have this thing that we do where we ask people if they're new so we can put a welcome packet in your hand. But I have been places where I'm scared to say I'm new because I'm afraid I will be pounced upon and somebody tried to convert me. So there is no pressure to convert to anything. And if you're new, if you'd like a welcome packet in your hand, you can put it up and it will appear, and nobody will do another thing to bother you. Unless you want us to. But it's all choice. There's no proselytizing here. This is our fabulous community. And we're different in some ways because we believe we're all teachers and we're all learners. There's not a dogma that you need to figure out. The rules are pretty simple. Rules have to do with love. That's kind of it. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to spend a long trip in a car with a fabulous young man, and he was telling me that the world felt traumatic to him, and he didn't know if there was a God or what God is. And we had a lovely conversation, and I felt moved to send him Peter Parneg's Conversation with God. And he called me this morning crying, weeping, like I needed to hear that. So actually, what the heck, we all need to hear that there's something bigger than the torment we feel. So anyway, thanks, Peter. You brought love and light to a wonderful young man. The other thing I want to say, just in case you're going to have a chance to see this, but I watched Karen singing. Where's Karen? Karen? Oh my God. So talk about letting somebody's light shine. Yeah, Karen came in here quiet a little while ago, and her light is busting out all over, so wait till you see what happens. Okay, that's enough of my ad-libbing to all things. Our speaker today is Leane Gabel, and Leane has been at the heart and soul of this community, really for as long as I can remember. 25 years. And Leane has held the heart of this community steadfastly. So thank you. We're delighted to be here. Our reader is Steph, Thieman, and our musician is Elise Wonder today, and you got a little taste of Elise. We have two music directors, John Magny, who's the famous dude from the Subdudes. So if you're young, you won't know who he is, but if you're older, the Subdudes rocked us out for our adolescence, our coming of ageness. So anyway, what congregation gets to have a Subdued and Elise Wonder's beautiful flute? So music is kind of at the heart of our celebration here. In February, the Youth and Family Ministry will focus on how our values and character define us and help us to find purpose, enabling us to take better responsibility for our choices. Go kids. Come on up.
Good morning, I'm Peter, and I'm a chaplain today, so if you have anything you'd like to share with me, I'll be back in the myrtle room, and I'd hate to be back there all by myself.
I'm Lil from the Connections team. And we had a movie night on Friday night, and lots of people came. And I send reminders to people by text if they would like to have them. And I am going to allow you guys to sign up for this, but I'm not going to pass it around. It's going to be in the lobby. So I usually give people a text on the Friday. We have a movie night every second Friday of the month, usually. And it's always nice to have a reminder. Thanks.
Go teams.
Also, I have a little announcement. I'm going to be leading a singing circle in about a week from today. It's going to be right above the Golden Poppy in Old Town. So just I'll kind of lead a little bit of embodiment, body connection, a little bit of chanting, and a little bit of singing all together. So if you want to join, I do have a little poster on the bulletin. You can scan the QR code, or you can also talk to me directly and avoid paying the fees. So.
Business stuff. Our office is closed on Monday for President's Day. No Hawkins group this Tuesday. There's a few spots left in the balance workshop. So we've got this guy who's called to help those of us who are losing balance to slow it down. Our annual meeting is on Sunday the 22nd, right after the service. So we'll serve you pizza. And our annual meeting is really a celebration. It doesn't feel very much like a business meeting. It feels like a woohoo. Look what we accomplished and look what we're looking forward to in the coming year. Sarah Rain will do a interfaith chant on Saturday, the 28th from 7 to 9. And I'm fond of calling Sarah spiritual crack. Not that I know what crack is. March 5th, Unity of Fort Collins will be hosting the Interfaith Council meeting, and we're kind of just sharing unity with the larger faith community. Let Julie know if you're interested in helping. We're looking for volunteers. So last year, this worked out super well. So sometimes if I call for speakers, people say, yeah, maybe, but I don't know what to talk about. So this time, I'm calling for a Father's Day speaker. LJ's responded to that. You don't have to again, LJ. But the response, like if I say I'm calling a Father's Day speaker, is that you? And I'm calling a Mother's Day speaker. Is that you? Let me know. All right. Next week's speaker is Reverend Sharon. And because we are so cool, you can find Unity on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So it's cool. People check, like nobody shows up to check out things anymore. You have to stalk it online first. So me included, I'm not going there until I know that it feels good. So if you're online and you're checking us out, you're welcome here anytime. All right, let's do a centering prayer. Our unity centers us in light and peace, allowing us to recognize our God within and to radiate that love to the world. Thank you.
All right, good morning. I would love to invite the choir and the band up. Oh, shoot. I need my pick. I'm just glad I said shoot. strong with Express Yourself. All right. This might be a dancing song, so if you feel like shaking your booty, I'd just love to invite you to do that. All right. Is my guitar? I'm not hearing. What? I'm not getting any guitar in my monitor. I swear, today is just one of the most disorienting mornings. When did I not have a monitor? Anyways, okay. Okay. I do declare. All right.
I do declare. I do declare.
All right. I don't know how I'm going to hear this, but it's fine. 1, 2, 3, Dance. Come on, get up. Wake up. Shake your booties. Come on, people. Not hear myself. Express yourself. Express yourself. Express yourself. Express yourself. Whatever you do, yeah, do it good. Whatever you do, yeah, do it good. It's not what you're doing when you're doing what you're doing. It's what you're doing when you do it. What you look like you're doing. Express yourself. Express yourself. Express yourself. Express yourself. Do it on the moon, yeah. In the jungle too. All day on the sea, yeah. Born to, yeah. Express yourself. Express yourself. Express yourself. Express yourself. All right. Okay, thank you. All right. Now we have a reading. Yeah, sorry. Reading from Steph.
Hello, everyone. Well, that was enthusiastic. I Am Enough by Jennifer Healy from healingbrave.com. Isn't that awesome? Healing Brave. We're all healing brave. There's a wholeness that's already mine. It's already ours. I am not just the seed. I am the rain that waters the flower. It's a reality that's already there, that I am enough, that I take on faith, that wholeness is already mine, that I do nothing, that I need to do nothing to deserve, that my worthiness is only based on my being. I am wise enough to let go, and I am strong enough to remember the truth of who I really am. I can encounter the world in such a way that I remember who I am. I am the rest inside the unrest. I am the depth of the sky and the light piercing the sea. I am the crest of a wave. All that I need to be, I am. There is no problem to solve in this moment. There is no plan to make, no failure to be feared, no other place to be. This moment is enough. This place is enough. This imperfection is enough. I am patient enough for my life to unfold in divine timing. I feel the fullness of my life in this moment. I feel the richness of my life in this space. I am loved beyond thought, and I have nothing to prove. There is no one to impress. I received the message that being is enough. I am wise enough to see the magic through a child's eyes. I'm resilient enough to see past the pain. I am kind enough to realize that worth has been with me this whole time. Beyond the shadows that I have created, the message remains. I am the same. I have always been enough simply by being here, simply by being. It only takes a moment, and I remembered this again.
Well, we have a very special gift for you. Karen McVeigh and I have been working together on voice lessons, and she is going to perform a song. Well, I suppose I'll be performing with her, but and it was actually pretty cool because we decided on this date before I knew the theme of the talk, I Am Enough. So we were already planning on playing this song. And it's actually, there was a little bit of a glitch. This is Unstoppable by Fearless Soul, sung by Karen McVeigh. So, all right. You ready? If we could get more microphone, which is just hard to hear up here.
I'm a masterpiece, a light for all the world to see. I've come so far, and I've survived. Every moment shaped my fire inside. I'm so bold, I won't hide it. The world needs my strength, I won't deny it. Hold my head up high and own it. This is my time, I've always known it. I'm unstoppable, unshakable, incredible, irreplaceable, and I feel it. I'm unstoppable, unshakable, I can reach it, unbreakable. I'm unstoppable. I'm a warrior, my spirit shining brighter. Through the storms, I stood so tall, never gave up when I could have lost it all. I've got wings, I'll go and fly them. Every dream is worth the climb, and all my fears will start to fade when I believe I was born to be great. I'm unstoppable, unshakable, incredible, irreplaceable. I do feel it. I'm unstoppable, unshakable, I can reach it, unbreakable. I'm unstoppable. Remember who I've always been. When the road feels rough, I let courage win. I'm a fighter, I'm a spark, I meant to light up the dark. I'm unstoppable, unshakable, incredible, irreplaceable. I do feel it. I'm unstoppable, unshakable, I can reach it, unbreakable. I'm unstoppable. I'm amazing, won't forget it. It's my moment, I'll go get it. I'm unstoppable.
All right.
Good morning. That's enough. Enough is enough. Not good enough. More than enough. Enough. So this has been popping up for me a lot over the past few months. I've been through some pretty distinctive changes in my life. And then it reminded me of a talk that Peggy did about 10 years ago on this same subject. So in my best boomer fashion, I went and found the CD that I still own and played it on my CD player, which I still own. Listened to it several times over the past month. And it was really a great reminder of why this subject is fascinating for me and probably for a lot of you. And at first, I thought, oh, such a perfect talk. I'm just going to bring that and have them play it at Unity, and I don't even need to speak. But then I started exploring on my own. And there's a couple pieces from her talk that were really struck home for me. One was a Gandhi quote. There's more to life than simply increasing its speed. So most of you who know me know that I'm a doer. I was raised with the German Lutheran work ethic in Wisconsin. And so doing and producing and being, an overabundant volunteer, those have always been a big part of my life and my life here at Unity. And I've been working on finding better balance pretty much my entire adult life. So in the past few months, I turned 70. I became a grandma for the first time, possibly the only time. And supposedly, I'm semi-retired now. I quit working full-time at the end of 2025, and the plan is to work half-time this year. 3 weeks into January, the company asked me if I could come back full-time for a while. I said, what does that mean? Anyway, I've been exploring this topic on my own, and I found some very interesting articles. I also discovered some poets that I was not aware of. Poetry is a passion. So I'm going to share a few of these that bear on this subject, and they're short. Nikita Gill is a British Indian writer, poet, playwright, and illustrator. You are not small. You are not unworthy. You are not insignificant. The universe wove you from a constellation just so. Every atom, every fiber in you comes from a different star. Together, you are bound by stardust, altogether spectacularly created by the energy of the universe itself. And that, my darling, is the poetry of physics, the poetry of you. And this little zinger, I almost left it out, but it's a zinger. I have to include it. Alex L. wrote, "Who taught you to unlove yourself so sweetly that you actually thought it tasted good?" Rupi Kaur, an Indian-Canadian poet, illustrator, photographer, and author, wrote this. "The universe took its time on you, crafted you to offer the world something different from everyone else. When you doubt how you were created, you doubt an energy greater than us both." There endeth the poetry portion of my talk. So I found an article, a piece on what they call the calm limit, and this was extremely helpful to me. The calm limit can help you recognize how much tidying you need to do right now to reach a comfortable middle ground between perfectly organized and tidy enough to relax without overwhelm. It helps you identify the minimal amount of tidying so that you can feel happy in an acceptably clear space and then relax. So pushing through tidying your home when you feel overwhelmed is a surefire way to end up with decluttering resentment. And they explored the fact that we all have a different limit to relaxation. You know, maybe your partner is happy to sit and relax on the sofa when the coffee table is loaded with, mugs and books and everything. And maybe you need that stripped down to the bare essentials in order for your mind to turn off. So boundaries can really help with feeling enough. You don't have to let people think what they want about you in order to be true to yourself. It's okay if not everyone likes you. You don't have to be a people pleaser to feel love. Quite often, it's not even love in those cases. You're also being allowed to set boundaries and cut people off who aren't good for your well-being, even if that makes you a villain, even if it's been in your life a long time, or even if it's a significant connection. Your well-being needs to come first. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't grow in shade. People are responsible for their own selves, and you can start over anytime you want to. So this little jewel of a quote comes from a woman named Rainey Collins. "Boundaries are the distance at which I can love you and me simultaneously." So also in exploring this, I wanted to look at parenting, probably because I'm a new grandparent. Good enough parenting was actually a term that was created back in the 1950s. It kind of rejected the idea of the ideal mother who can do everything and be everything all of the time for her children. Good enough parents don't think of parenting as optimization. Instead, they forgive themselves for their mistakes and prioritize connecting with their kids over perfection. Parents face so much pressure to do everything right these days. Good enough parenting lets us focus on our own mental health as much as our kids. So I'm going to share a few personal stories. This next one, some of you may have heard before. I know I've shared it here. And it might sound a little weird, but I'm going to tie it into this talk. So I have one child. Taylor's almost 35 now. But when she was about 8 years old, we were in the kitchen together, and I wanted to teach her how to make an omelet. So we have the pan on the stove heating up. Everybody's safe. I'm walking her through it. The egg carton is flipped over. And I tell her to grab an egg so I can show her how to crack it. She randomly grabs an egg that didn't make any sense, wasn't in order, and like 3 generations of German Lutheran women in my background all went crazy because it wasn't in exact order, end to end, which is how I had been taught. And in my brain, I was like, she didn't do that right, but I didn't say it out loud because my brain also immediately said, who said there's a right way to take an egg out of the carton? It's, so, and the connection was what was more important to me. So sometimes if we think, even unconsciously, that there's only one right way to do things, the moment that you notice that, you can make a change. You can let go of that grip and understand that the connection is enough. You don't need to correct. So another little story I want to share is when I bought my current home 20 years ago this year. My first home was a very modest half of a duplex out in Wellington. And Taylor and I lived there for years. It was great. It was enough. She got to walk to school in a safe little town through all of grade school and all of junior high. But I wanted to live in Fort Collins. She would be going to high school here. I worked here. And I didn't think I made enough to do that. I raised Taylor as a single parent, so on one income, it was kind of, it was a mindset that I had that I would never be able to afford a house in Fort Collins. And interestingly, that was the year that I started going to church at a religious science church. And I learned metaphysics, I learned spirituality, I learned the words to express a lot of the feelings I'd been carrying around and holding at arm's length. So a positive mindset helped me change my mind, and I started looking for houses in Fort Collins. This was also 2006, which was not long before the whole housing bubble blew up in 2008. So in 2006, pretty much anybody could get a mortgage for any amount. And that's what, I knew, I can do math. I knew what I could spend on a mortgage. So the mortgage company gave me a figure that was $100,000 more than what I knew I could afford. And I was like, you're crazy. But I looked around and I finally found a place. It was still more than I wanted to spend, but it was far, far less than that $240,000. So I bought a modest little ranch in West Fort Collins in the middle of college rental land, which is one of the reasons it was affordable. But it's been more than enough. It is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house that I knew I could grow old in. There's no steps. It has a fantastic clothesline in the backyard. It might sound silly, but that clothesline is one of the reasons I bought that house. Anyway, I think we're all encouraged to go, do, more, purchase more and more and more. And you don't. Well, you might, but I didn't. And I'm really grateful that I made that choice because now I'm $5,000 away from paying off my mortgage. One more story about my house I want to share. excuse me. This past, I have a huge apple tree in my backyard too. It's golden delicious. I've never sprayed it, put anything on it since in the 20 years I've been there. The apples are fantastic. Most years I have way more than I know what to do with, so I invite people to come and pick them. And I had done that in October. I had, 3 or 4 different people came over and spent hours and days even picking apples. And there were still, at the end of October, there's like a 25-foot diameter around the base of that tree that was just covered with windfall apples. And in past years, I've raked them up, I've composted them, I've given them away on Craigslist to people who have animals. And this year I was just like, I just couldn't do it. I didn't have the energy at all. And by the 1st of December, there was not even an apple core left in my yard. The squirrels and the birds cleaned it all up for me. I was like, that's good enough. So one of the things I've learned here at Unity, because for a lot of the years I've been here, I've worked with volunteers, coordinated lots of different volunteer efforts, days of certain, indoor cleanup, outdoor cleanup. And Unity has taught me to really let go of expectations. I used to think I was the only person that could plan a potluck here. Seriously, because I had done it for so long. I knew exactly what needed to be done. And over time, it's just the more I let go and just let volunteers come up with their own ideas and their own ways to plan and serve and decorate, that's like 5 times better than I could have ever done it anyway. So that was an important lesson for me too. One of my all-time favorite quotes around this is, expectations are premeditated resentments. I'm sure most of you have heard that. I'm trying to watch my time here too. I read an article in Real Simple magazine by a woman named Vivian Chung, and it was entitled How the Good Enough Mindset Can Help You Stop Overthinking Everything. So I'll share some of the high points from this. When you begin honoring what you actually have the capacity for, something subtle but meaningful shifts. Your time feels more spacious, your decisions feel more intentional, and your relationships often become more honest and balanced. You show up with less resentment and more presence because the yeses you offer are genuine, which is really the crux of all of this. Saying no is less about letting people down and more about staying connected to yourself. And that sense of alignment can be deeply stabilizing and empowering as you move about your days. So the article goes on to describe a concept called satisficing. So learning how to practice satisficing can be as simple as deciding what you're going to wear in the morning when you wake up. You've got to go off to church or work or an appointment. And if it feels overwhelming to you, using satisficing is a way to bring it back to reality and make it simpler and less stressful. So what you do is make a good enough decision. Am I clean? Are the appropriate limbs covered? Yeah, I'm being sarcastic, but you don't have to spend 45 minutes in ripping out 45 outfits out of your closet. You can figure out what works for right now and make it a much simpler decision. Another example they gave was learning how to write an email, or preparing to write an email. Something simple, whether it's to a friend or a colleague, and you can do the same thing. You can spend an hour wordsmithing a simple 3-line email, or you can use the satisficing method, which it's like, am I being polite? Am I being clear? Just figure out what works, the best thing that works for right now, and be satisfied with that and move on. It's a great article. You should go find it, or I can share it with people in a link. But there's way too much of it in here to offer all of it right now. But one part I really did like toward the end was the difference between satisficing and perfectionism in terms of emotional outcomes. Perfectionism may aim for better outcomes, but it can come with higher emotional costs. By making every decision feel high stakes, perfectionism keeps people in a near constant state of fear and vigilance. Satisficing, by contrast, lowers stress by normalizing limits and trade-offs. Regret works similarly. Many assume perfectionism protects against it, but perfectionists often feel more regret because no outcome is ever perfect. Satisficers have less regret because they make decisions with intention and awareness of trade-offs. We have less regret when we make values-aligned choices, especially around our time. So I'm actually going to end with another little reading here. This is from The Good Enough Life by Avram Alpert. A good enough life for all means that everyone should have both goodness, decency, meaning, and purpose, and enoughness, good quality, basic material needs. And because humans also have emotional and social needs, we need to understand that goodness and enoughness are always linked. Thank you.
Thanks so much. That was beautiful, Leane.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Listen to what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is everywhere. And every thought's indeed a prayer.
It's a very simple meditation for you to try. Just Soften into your seat. Focus on your in-breath and your out-breath. And as you breathe in good. Breathe out enough. Breathe in good. Breathe out enough. Just soften into that for a minute or two. Rejoin us gently when you're ready.
May the blessings of God rest upon me. May God's peace abide in me. May God's presence illuminate my heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide in you. May God's presence illuminate your heart now and forevermore. Blessings of God rest upon us. May God's peace abide in us. May God's presence illuminate our hearts now and forevermore. Now and forevermore.
Well, as we prepare for our offerings, I'd like to acknowledge those that have participated so wonderfully in our service today. Steph, thank you for that reading. And Karen McVeigh, man, did you know? You made your stage debut here. So do it again, do it again. Do it again, Karen. It's not enough. And Leanne, thank you. Thank you for that message. Thank you. But most of all, my thank you for Leanne is those of you that don't know her. She's the predecessor of most that we're doing today. She has a long history of serving in so many capacities in this ministry. So much that we're doing today was modeled after an evolution of some of the things that she set up here. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do you see the bulletin board out here today? All the volunteers, the photographs are there. We have all these teams. I've tried to document what we're doing, how this is evolving. In fact, It's now in a little pamphlet for other churches to use, developing a spiritual community. But the last part is more important. It says, with collective wisdom. Collective wisdom. So, thank you, Leanne, for being that wisdom in so many areas around here. Your footprint, your handprint, your fingerprint, most of all, your heart print is on much of what we are. So thank you. Yeah. So our ushers will come forward. Let's bless this place by giving of our time and talent to support what we're doing. So together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
All right, we're going to do a little chant. We might call it a mantra. This is by a beautiful chorus, which they're just so beautiful. She writes mantras, and there's beautiful harmonies. If you don't know beautiful chorus, I would strongly recommend listening. So it goes like this, and might be a good time actually to put our hands on our hearts again and return to that meditational space, meditative space. And it goes like this. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. One more. See myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough.
this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. I say this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Here on the corner of lines and vines, I'm gonna let it shine. I said here on the corner of lines and vines, I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah, here on the corner of lines and vines, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine now one more. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Good morning, everyone. Today, we compared two words. We compared the word reactive to the word creative. And can anyone tell me what is similar with those two words? See them in your head. See them in your head. Okay, you want to tell them? Okay.
So the difference between reactive and creative is, something that we did was the C is in a different place.
The rest of the letters are all the same, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what does that mean? What did we take from it?
We said, so when you see that you're being reactive, you can move the C and be more creative and look deeper into what's going on.
Right. So we can change reactivity to creativity very quickly. I wanted to mention, can I mention camp, summer camp? I've got little flyers on the table. Summer camp is June 15th through the 19th. And I'm so excited. It's going to be an amazing, amazing week of summer camp. So please pick up a flyer if you have children that might be interested, or grandchildren, nieces, nephews, whatever, ages 4 to 12. And I'm going to max it out probably about 20. So registration quickly would be a great idea since it's no charge. So that's really cool. Okay, thanks.
And thank you. Thank you, Nancy. Okay. Hey, I want to show you a picture. The future was not built by individuals trying to get ahead. It's built by people who refuse to leave each other behind. I thought that was us. Don't you agree? So let's all circle up and greet each other as we close our service. Right at 11. Look at that. Look at that. 11 o'clock. Okay, together. The light of God surrounds us. The light of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.